Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sunshine State's Broadcasting's presentation of Hoops on SSB. We're at Andrew Jackson High School tonight, and you are currently watching the end of the JV contest. Our live broadcast of the varsity game is scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. tonight. We are also recording this game for later viewing, should you not catch any of the live stream. Again, we are ready to go here at Jackson with a scheduled tip-off of 7 p.m. between the Ponte Vedra Sharks and the Andrew Jackson Tigers. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye on the junior varsity game, which is winding down now under 6 minutes to play. Ponte Vedra is leading 42-39. Again, welcome in everybody to Sunshine State Broadcasting's coverage of Andrew Jackson and Ponte Vedra. We are currently at the end of the junior varsity game right now. There's 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Ponte Vedra is leading Jackson 48-37. Our scheduled tip-off of 7 o'clock tonight has been delayed slightly pending the end of the game. Once we are done, we'll get a warm-up period in and get you fired up. BP alongside Steve Cooper tonight again for the call, and we'll have varsity coverage after the junior varsity game completes. Again, there's 2:31 left on the clock, 48-37 the score. Ponte Vedra is currently leading. Stand by, and we'll be back for live coverage of varsity basketball momentarily. Well, we're going to keep it right here with you because this game just got interesting. 1 minute and 27 seconds left to go in the game. 48-42 right now, coming out of an Andrew Jackson timeout. Again, we thank you for your patience as we are at the end of the junior varsity game. Again, 1:27 to go, 48-42, Ponte Vedra leading. Ponte Vedra has the arrow right now. One foul to give. Actually, no more fouls to give. They have 4. Andrew Jackson has 3 fouls to give. So one more foul committed by Ponte Vedra. That will put Jackson to the line, which is not what they want right now. Jackson's got 1 to give before they send Ponte Vedra to the line for the rest of the game. This has been an affair where the Sharks have led for most of the game. Andrew Jackson has clawed back here off of some pretty good defense. Again, our varsity coverage tonight, and I'm sorry, I stand corrected. The varsity game is scheduled at 7:30 this evening. We're used to 7 o'clock tip-off here, but we are on schedule, and we might actually be a little early. But in the meantime, this JV game just got entertaining, so we're going to keep it right here. That's going to be a turnover to Jackson. Again, it's a 3-possession game right now with 1:20 to go. Ponte Vedra sitting back in a 3-2 zone right now. A good dish and a pop-up. That ball's loose. And they're going to call a foul. That's Jackson's last foul to give right now. One more and Ponte Vedra will shoot, and that's not what they want to do at this late stage in the game. 1:09 to go. If this JV game has been any indication as to what our varsity game is going to be like a little bit later, you're going to be in for a good one. Andrew Jackson at 17-1 right now. They were standing at a top of the heap in North Florida with Tucoy Creek, but the Toros have since lost. So in terms of overall record in the Jacksonville area, Andrew Jackson is the best right now at 17-1. Their only loss to Fleming Island at the Fortegra Invitational. The commentator tonight, Steve Cooper, has seen both of those teams in action, and he'll have a lot to add to us tonight. Again, we have a timeout on the court right now. 1:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. 48-42, Ponte Vedra leading. They have the possession arrow in the event of a jump ball here. Each team with 4 fouls right now, so either one could go to the line at the next foul. Just to kind of set up our varsity game later tonight, we're going to have a lot to see out of senior point guard Jahari Simmons. He is the team leader right now in scores, running at 16 points even a game in 17 games that he's played. What's interesting about this Andrew Jackson team on the varsity side is that they only shoot 43% from the perimeter. So they don't have the highest field goal percentage in town. Full court pressure by Jackson breaks. Ponte Vedra moves real quickly in the left-handed layup, and that's going to be a 3-point play. .7 seconds, and now that puts the Sharks in the bonus. Let's get Steve Cooper on the mic here while we're finishing out our JV game. Get some pregame thoughts here. Steve, thanks for joining me tonight. I know you had an earlier game today over at Harvest.
I did. We just had a in-school game that we won, and hopped in the car to get over here. So all is good.
Definitely have an exciting finish on the JV tip. Did I say Steve? I totally said Steve, didn't I? You know, because I'm thinking of Steve Melgard, because you're about as tall as Steve Melgard.
Steve Melgard's one of my old friends in the coaching world.
Oh, my gosh. I haven't seen Steve Melgard in years. He did some camp coaching with Bo Clark at his basketball camp, so I remember Coach Steve.
Yeah, this next game, this will be a great game. It's going to be Jackson's track meet against Ponte Vedra, trying to set up some half-court sets and
Scott,
get going.
I was just remarking earlier, how in the world a 17-1 team can only shoot 43% from the field?
Yeah.
Now, in normal basketball statistics, if you're looking at this Jackson team on paper, these guys shouldn't be 17-1 right now, just statistically.
But what they are is they cause so much trouble defensively. Teams can't score against them. You know, they could score 40 in a game and still win because they play defense so well and shut the other team down.
Well, they run track meets. You know, they are so fast back and forth. I mean, every game that we have seen, from the Fortegra Invitational to the Battle on the Island to, you know, the last game that we were here earlier this month, all these guys do is run.
Yeah.
And our producer, Courtney Wallace, actually got to see one of their more recent tournaments. So they're playing a Savannah team, and that was the case again. Outrun the guys.
Yeah.
Just, get that 10, 20-point lead. And then, so what if you shoot 43% on the night? You've gotten such a padded lead at that point. There's no chance.
And no, you're exactly right. And they have Jahari Simmons, who's one of the best guards in the city, really basketball skilled, and they have 8 other guys who just are like the same. They're interchangeable. Throw the next man in, just defend until you're tired, and we got another one coming for you.
Yeah, I mean, between Jahari Simmons and David Wilson, they're your leading scorers right now for Jackson through 17 games. 16 points a game for Simmons. Wilson's 12.5 through 15 games. And, they are the most prolific scorers on the team. So when they get hot, they get hot.
Right.
And we've seen Simmons do that a couple of times on our cameras. And another thing that also kind of impresses me about these guys, and we talked about this last night as Fleming Island was playing University Christian, is their free throw shooting. As a team, they only shoot 65%, but Simmons and Wilson are the anchors right now. Jahari at 80% and Wilson at 79%. So when you have that reliability at the free throw line, you're going to win games.
Yeah, with those two guys with the ball in their hands so much, they get to the line more than anybody else. And if they're reliable, obviously it's going to help the team.
Right. Now on the other side of the basketball for Ponte Vedra, you're going to have to pay attention to a young man with a very long name to call, David Sanchez Barrera. He's shooting 12.2 points a game. Definitely involved in it. He's shooting 77% from the free throw line, so he's also very consistent there. But the other answer to that, and this is something I'm going to be interested to see what Ponte Vedra does tonight, is their big man in Westerkamp. Westerkamp is a tall drink of water as it is, and he's only a junior, but 120 rebounds in the season. That's 7.1 a game through 17. It's crazy how Westerkamp can make that happen for you every single. And Trace Westerkamp, he's listed at 6'8", so he's going to be one of the tall guys on this Ponte Vedra team who does also carry a lot of height.
He does, and what you'll see out of Trace is he's I've had the opportunity to coach him, know him since he was probably about 5'8", so I've known him for a long time. And he's a special talent where he's the college stretch four, if you know what I mean, how they play these days. He'll shoot a lot of threes, gets a lot of his rebounds defensively. Offensively, he plays the perimeter a lot, so he'll knock down threes. He has a great touch. He's a lefty. And really fun to watch.
Well, the one thing that you'll notice about Ponte Vedra as well is that they're long and strong, but they don't run very fast. They don't play very aggressively in terms of the speed of their game. They play tight defense and disciplined defense, but they don't run. So it's going to be interesting to see. We were talking about that after the game last night in the parking lot leaving Fleming Island, what knocked Fleming Island out of the game last night at University Christian and what forced them to lose that second game against Jackson was that they were playing to the Tigers' speed and playing to their game. I don't expect Ponte Vedra will have seen any of that tape and do the same thing. I think they're going to make Jackson come to them tonight and play their game.
No doubt about it. They have to. Ponte Vedra wants to get a half-court set, run their stuff, screens, get easy shots, good shot, high percentage shots. If they get in a foot race with Jackson, it'll be a long night for them.
Yes, it will be. And even though that these guys are a talented team, like we said, as you see the Tigers come out on the court tonight, they are fast. And you don't want to be in a foot race with them at all. Well, tip-off is scheduled for 7:30 tonight. With the JV game running a little behind, we are going to probably go past that if we got 14 minutes on the warm-up clock there. So I imagine a start time about 7:45. And the atmosphere this is a Wednesday night, Scott.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
I feel like we're in a playoff game right now, which this is fantastic. Like we talked about last night, some of these games now, as we get down the stretch, coaches schedule these games to make it a playoff atmosphere type feel as they get ready to get into districts and further. So they want to get these opportunities to play these games.
Well, when you look at where both of these teams are right now, Ponte Vedra really doesn't have anything, at least according to Max Preps, which is always deceptive, but they don't have anything listed on their district schedule right now as a win or loss, but they're sitting at 11-6. So when you look at their record right now, they're definitely in a shot and in the running for a district tournament play, possibly winning on and moving into regionals. So, they're going to benefit from this experience as well. Meanwhile, Jackson over in 2A at that 17-1, it's almost a foregone conclusion that they're going to make the district tournament at this point. And although we don't have much say in it, we project, honestly, that they're probably going to win the district and move on to the state series. So this is probably going to be very important for them to get that experience against higher caliber teams from the larger classifications to prepare them for what they're going to see in the state down the road.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And this is great for Jackson, because Jackson is used to playing teams like them, playing Rebolt. You play Reigns, track meet both ways, getting up and down. But as Jackson gets further and further in the playoffs, they're going to play teams like Ponte Vedra. They want to slow the ball down, run sets. And honestly, that's been kind of the Achilles heel for Jackson in the past as they got deeper into the playoffs, playing teams like that don't get up and down like they do.
Yeah, their deepest penetration in the playoffs was when they were listed in 5A, and they were a state semifinalist in 2020. They haven't won a state championship here, and the big banner on the board there says 1993. So when you got a program that's developing, and Coach Byron Shemwell is as cool as the other side of the pillow. Yeah. This guy, Stuart Scott would really love talking to Byron Shemwell, I do believe, because he is just chill. He doesn't really – he coaches with a quiet intensity, I would say.
Listen, I covered the Fortager games, and I said that during that tournament it didn't matter if they went up 10, if they went down 10. Coach Byron had the same attitude, the same personality through it all.
Yeah.
There was never too high, never too low, and that bleeds over into the team. The team feels that leadership, so they don't get down if they're down. They don't get too high if they're winning big. They just play consistent basketball throughout.
Absolutely, and he's a level presence. You see him on the court right now. He's kind of in camera view there, and they're all wearing their long-sleeve shirts for, representing Main Street out here, and, he is just chill, and he is very excited about what this team has done, and I am anticipating a deep playoff run from these Jackson Tigers. 11 minutes on the clock here before we get started. It's loud.
It is.
It's towering over our microphones and headsets right now.
And we don't even have the band playing yet.
No.
They got the band over there ready to kick it off.
The band was practicing earlier tonight, and I'm sure they're getting jacked up for this game. This is a midweek classic we're going to see tonight, and we're going to have it all for you. And luckily, we're going to get this game recorded regardless, so if we have any interruptions, we'll have it for you. But so far, so good. I've been monitoring the stream, and we're running live and running well, so we are fired up for this game. So far, so good. But in any case, I know we had advertised this game was going to be recorded and posted the next day, but either way, we're going to get that done. But if you're watching us live right now, sit back and enjoy and pray to the internet gods that we have all of that streamed for the entire game, because this is going to be entertaining.
Yeah, this will be a fun one.
I tell you what, while we have Courtney down here to our left, let's take a quick commercial timeout and get our ears back from ringing. And when we come back, we'll have more pregame. And again, tip-off scheduled at about 10 minutes. You're watching Hoops on SSB from Andrew Jackson, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Welcome back to Hoops on SSB. BP alongside SC Scott Cooper. 2 nights in a row I've had this gentleman.
Yeah, this is fun.
This is great.
This is fun. You know, something we haven't talked about, BP, is, or you may have, but Coach Shimwell from Jackson was an assistant at Ponte Vedra for the last 3 years.
I have heard that, so there's
so
a bit
he
of
might
a connection.
know. Yeah, he might know what Ponte Vedra's used to doing inside and out here. So he has a little inside scoop.
We'll see if that comes around and makes a difference tonight as we have about 3 minutes to go here. Got some starting lineups for you tonight. We'll start with the homestanding Tigers from Andrew Jackson over here on Main Street. Number 0, Terrell Mosley getting the start tonight, along with Jahari Simmons, Tavion Lawson, Jacoby Allen, and Tayshawn Thomas. For the Sharks tonight, David Sanchez Barrera will start alongside Trace Westerkamp, Ryan Speece, Alex Katsikas, who has been mentioned on social media a little bit lately, and number 44, Maddox Palmer. So pretty standard starting lineup for PV tonight. That's pretty much their configuration as we have seen them. And again, right now, they have him listed as power forward, but he'll go into that center slot a little bit as that Trace Westerkamp. 6'8", 210, how they list him. And he is a noticeable guy on the court. You can see him out there walking in layup drills right now. You can't miss the guy. And, you know, he's not very big for somebody his height. You know, he's kind of skinny,
yeah.
You know, when you think about it. He doesn't have a real big body, but he is a presence on the court. And it's going to be incumbent upon Jackson to box him out tonight. We've seen a lot of that with the big men. We saw that last night with University Christian, too. The big men, if you can box them and get them into bad position, you know, you can out-rebound a 6'8", 6'9" guy.
No doubt about it. And, you know, the starting 5 here for Ponte Vedra have probably played together since they were 10, 11 years old. I mean, these guys have really grown up together, which makes them even tougher. I mean, they know what each other's strengths are. They know who's cutting and when they're cutting. So that's a big advantage for these guys who have been playing together for so long.
Yeah, just coming down to the last minute 20 or so before we get to tip-off here, and it is loud in here. That is for sure. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have that tip-off for you. You're watching Hoops on SSB, and we'll be right back.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
All right, welcome back to Hoops on SSB. And we should be ready to go here in just a second. You know, Scott was pointing out one of our officials tonight, and my brother happens to be catching this game, is Rod Owens.
Rod's a great guy. Rod played for me at Wolfson High School, won some state track championships. He's probably all of 6'2", but played center for us. Got every rebound, every putback, just a freak athlete.
Might have caught some passes in Tallahassee, if you look it up.
Caught a lot of them. Great kid. Great man, but kid when I had him.
So we have opened up with a technical foul. I didn't see the signal on that one. Apparently there might have been some sort of uniform violation. So Jahari Simmons is going to start it off for Andrew Jackson tonight. And they will start off with the ball. So no jump. And we see this a lot. And it kind of makes me wonder what sort of conversation goes into uniforms and whatnot. Simmons has already opened up the scoring. So we're 1-0. Tiger lead already.
You know, BP, I think Russ must have called him. I think Ponte Vedra was dunking in warm-ups, which is not allowed. So that could have been where that tee came from.
So we'll call that an unsportsmanlike conduct. And it's Strange how that works, but nonetheless, got to be disciplined all the time.
Exactly right.
At all times, at all places. Jahari Simmons now at point for the Tigers. Ponte Vedra sets into some man on the outside. That shot is no good. Westerkamp hauls in the rebound, has it poked away by Simmons, and now the Sharks will resume. Sanchez Barrera will bring it up for PV.
Goes Jackson with that tough man-to-man defense that Ponte Vedra will see all night.
Jackson does play tight. Sanchez Barrera on the outside. That's no good. Rebounded, bounced off, but then given up. Tried to get that tipped and out of bounds and save the possession, and they can't do it. Rotating around. Katsikas, the smallest guy on the court for Ponte Vedra. Pull-up shot right there. That is in and out of the rim. Westerkamp will grab that. The putback attempt is blocked. Jackson on the move.
Here goes the track meet.
That's in. 3 ball for the Tigers, and it's 4-0.
You talked about Westerkamp and rebounding. I think he's got 2 in the first minute and a half.
Already going to work there. Just haven't had much of the putbacks yet. They'll rotate around. Maddox Palmer will be on that left wing. He's going to dribble drive to the lane, uncontested, and they're going to stop it right there. Call the foul.
Maddox is a heck of a player. He's probably got, on the court right now, probably the most potential for the next level. Already has some scholarship offers. Division I body already, heck of a talent.
Going to call the foul on Tayshawn Thomas. That's his first team foul. 3-point play is no good. Back to work go the Tigers. 4-2 now our score. And we're going to get a call there for the traveling violation. 1 step too many, young man. Turns that over.
Here comes Jackson with the full court press.
See a lot of this in North Florida basketball. There is a heavy emphasis on the full court pressure. They'll push them back. Jackson falls away. Mosley goes one-on-one, and then he has the pressure broken. Ponte Vedra resets the offense. To Westerkamp, that pass is intercepted. Good body position there by Jackson. Now we're on the fast break, and look out on the sidelines. These are close sidelines.
They are.
Here at Jackson's gym, and so if you're on that front row, you are messing with fire.
You're fair game over there.
Yeah. Rotation by Jackson. Simmons, the leading scorer for the Tigers. Senior campaign, trying to get into a deep postseason run. Patience by the Jackson offense. They're going to drive to the lane. That's good. Nicely done by the Tigers there. Kind of the seemingly routine play for them. We're not used to seeing them play routine offense.
Right, a little half-court set right there.
Drive to the lane. That one's a good move, and the putback is good. Woo, Westerkamp had to be careful on that one. Make sure that wasn't considered goaltending.
Yeah, he took everything in his will not to touch that.
Sanchez Barrera gets the score, 6-4 now. 5 minutes to go and counting here in this first period. Shot on the outside, Simmons, no good. Rebounded by Palmer. He'll haul it in. Jackson resumes that full court pressure, and they'll back off to stay man-to-man.
A lot of hand checking right there. Refs are letting it go.
Yes, we've seen this particular officiating crew before, and they do allow for a slightly physical game. That's going to stop the clock there, and we might have a defensive foul. Going to call the foul on Tavion Lawson. That's his second team foul.
If he held his ground, he probably could have gotten a charge call right there.
Yeah, maybe. He didn't quite get his feet set. Sanchez Barrera in a double team in the corner, and he loses the handle. Turns it back over to Jackson. Good pressure by the Tigers there to force Sanchez Barrera into a hole.
Ponte Vedra has to help Sanchez Barrera out right there. He got trapped in the corner. Everybody stood and watched.
Yeah, you can't leave your man hanging out to dry like that. At the top of the key now. Simmons trying to motion his offense around. Doesn't see what he likes, and now they'll retry.
Ponte Vedra's playing a very soft man. Leaving some guys open for shots, and Jackson is not taking them.
There's a shot on the outside, no good. Rebound hauled in by Thomas. Ball's loose now. Katsikas hauls it in. Sanchez Barrera will get it across court. Good passing, good crisp passing by the Sharks. They are a very efficient passing team, and they move the ball with authority. Westerkamp on the outside, buries it.
It's a nice touch.
6 up now, coming on the 3.5-minute mark. Simmons getting some instructions from Coach Byron Shemwell on the sidelines. And again, it's unusual. We're not used to seeing Simmons run a patient offense here. Shot on the outside, buried. 3-ball good, that's David Wilson getting into the scorebook tonight.
Jackson's not getting any turnovers on the pressure that they're used to. Slowing the game down for them.
Yeah, Ponte Vedra not buying the speed here, and they're not playing into the track meet. Sanchez Barrera drives to the hole, gets fouled. Hard foul there.
I think they called a charge. Yeah, they did.
And they do. They call that foul on Sanchez Barrera for the charging violation. So this time they got wise to it, set their feet. Didn't let this go any further than it needed to. Simmons gives it off. Wilson.
Simmons has a little limp right now. We got to keep an eye on. Looks like maybe a knee or ankle issue going on.
Yeah. That foul is on Wilson. That's his first, third-team foul. Yeah, Simmons is favoring that right leg a little bit there.
Yeah, I saw the trainer just come talk to Coach Shemwell, and need to keep an eye on him.
And we did not have any information that he may have been hurt, so I wonder if that's something that happened during their tournaments, because they have played a lot of tournament ball. Whoever set up the acoustics in this place was a genius, sitting the cheerleaders right where they are. You want to talk about noise. And the band has not done anything yet.
Yeah, wait till they get going.
Ponte Vedra on the attack. Patient offense, riding around the corner. What a drive.
Great take by Ryan Spiess.
Spiess with the move. Cuts the deficit to 1. Simmons now. Moving with that limp. He does not look comfortable holding the basketball right now.
No, he couldn't even get to that.
Ponte Vedra's got to hurry here. They're going to run into a 10-second call real quick, and they avoid it. Katsikas is out there, has a passing outlet. No, he forgets about it. Tries a 3, no good. Can't get a hold of it. Tigers get the ball back. Driving with a 3-on-1 move. What a spin move. That was sick. He didn't get the score on that one, but he will draw contact.
He was thinking about getting to the hole and nothing else.
Foul is on Katsikas. That is his first, third-team foul of this quarter. So Wilson goes to the line to shoot a pair. The house goes dead quiet when Jackson goes to the line. The volume decreases about 25 decibels. Second one's good. Jackson does a pretty good job shooting from the free throw line. There's a steal underneath. There's a putback, and there's the Andrew Jackson we're used to seeing playing aggressive in the backcourt.
Yeah, when they start swarming like this, it's so hard to handle.
They got it.
And Jackson, like we saw last night, they make runs. You'll see them going like a 10-0 run, then stall a little bit. But when they get that defense going is when they start scoring in spurts.
Yeah, they do lots of that and force you to play at that high intensity. Ponte Vedra so far has held that at bay. They've not bought into the hype. Get a screen around. Sanchez Barrera, quick dish off to the side. That's a 3 from the outside, no good. tipped and hauled in. Simmons will pass. Wilson will take another shot. That one rolls out. Another rip-down rebound. Popped away. A little bit of volleyball going on here. Jackson trying to fight for the lane. That was too strong. The putback, no good. And after about 5 attempts, it stays down low with Jackson on the baseline.
The effort is insane. I mean, what they just attack.
Substitutions coming in. That's going to be Chase Cowan coming in for Westerkamp. We're also going to get Corenzis Denard come into the game. He's also another reliable scorer for the Jackson Tigers. Puts that back in right away, tries to make an impact, no good. Pull-up jumper, that one bounces out. Jackson's gone cold.
I'm not sure how many offensive rebounds they've had these last 2 possessions, but Ponte Vedra needs to get on the boards.
Possession arrow stays with Ponte Vedra, so they'll turn it over to the Sharks. 58.7 on the clock. And again, Jackson deep in the corner. They're trying to get that pressure to move. And they do get away with it. And here we go. Simmons passes down low. That one stripped away. Ponte Vedra heads up on the ball. They're still deep in trouble. They finally get across half court. And a foul. Palmer tried everything he can to switch hands and get it up, and he'll get contacted. They're going to call the foul on Corenzis Denard. That is his first. 4th team foul this quarter.
Jahari Simmons sometimes is a little too unselfish, I think. He made that pass right there when I think he could have kept the ball.
Palmer has that one go in and out. Second shot up for Palmer. Falls in. Jackson will take the last 30 seconds or so of this quarter, which has already been entertaining. Simmons looks like he's worked the kinks out there, moving a little bit better, but he's not moving with great speed. But a little bit smoother than he was earlier in the game.
You can tell he's just a little bit off because he's not attacking the basket like he usually does. He's making those passes where usually he wouldn't.
Coming up on 5 to play here. Shot up Denard. Bounces off the glass, take it to the bank. And that's how we're going to end the first quarter. 15-9, our score after 1.
By the look on his face, I don't think he meant to bank that, but it counts.
I did. All is fair when you get a count on that one. So pretty good first quarter for Ponte Vedra and Andrew Jackson. They stayed with them in that quarter. They didn't let it. Had a couple of miscues down in the backcourt, Scott, but other than that, pretty solid first quarter by Ponte Vedra. It's kind of where you want to be right now.
No, it was pretty dead even, actually. Just like you said, there was a stretch right there where they turned the ball over a couple times. I think Jackson got 4 points out of it. You take that away, it's an even game.
Right. So pretty solid so far, and I think if you're the Sharks, you take that with you and bring it into the second quarter and maybe see if you can continue to do what you did successfully, is slow Jackson down. Don't let them do what they're doing in the backcourt. They're going to have to make some adjustments and overcome there and get the passing. And the old weave drill is probably going to have to come into play here.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I'd call that a victory for the Sharks.
Yeah, they want to keep it close. Ponte Vedra's not going to blow out Jackson. They want to keep it close, get it down to the fourth quarter, and try to make a move.
Yeah, it's a 6-point game right now as we start the second quarter. Jackson will have the ball to begin. Simmons, again, not moving with the step that we've usually seen from him, but it looks like he's healed up a little bit. Tavion Lawson was up top, and then he draws back down to his forward position.
Yeah, Palmer's guarding him and leaving him open for threes, and he's not going to take one.
And Lawson's thinking about it each time, but now he takes a three. That one was the look he wanted. Just had to wait for his turn. They get that one across court very fast. Ponte Vedra moving the ball, crisp passing. Sanchez Barrera, a little contact, no call. Trying to get a passing outlet. That one's stolen, and here we go. And the run game begins. Oh, no good.
Stays with Jackson, luckily for them.
That's normally an easy layup that they make.
Yeah, his momentum was going a little too fast right there.
18-9 our score. Jackson will reset now. Quick dish, nice move.
Wide open.
Tavion Lawson puts that bucket in. Jackson, tight pressure in the backcourt. Everybody there. That's a full house defense, and that's going to be a stop.
That's one of those situations where you're just worried about their defense. They didn't do anything special. They were worried about it, threw the ball away.
And that's kind of going back to what I said at the top of the broadcast. You know, you look at Andrew Jackson's field goal percentage, and it's sub 45%, and yet they're still 17-1. And this plays like that. That's why they get those turnovers.
You're exactly right. Ponte Vedra sends in some new guards to try to break that press. Tyler Krug, number 4, in the game as a freshman.
Simmons kicks it out. There's Lawson again, another 3-ball. And he's heating up from downtown. And they're going to get the backcourt violation. Unfortunate. Westerkamp looked like he was straddling the line there.
Yeah.
And they'll turn it over. Justin Jackson checks into the game now. He'll replace David Wilson.
Ponte Vedra is feeling that pressure.
And it gets loud in this gym when the crowd gets going. This is a tough place to play. Shot on the outside, another 3-ball. And the lights are not too bright for the Jackson Tigers.
Not at all. The crowd's getting into it. Things are turning quick.
We're going to get a foul called here. It's going to be a foul called on Jahari Simmons. That's his first team foul. 26-9. You are not seeing an incorrect score. This game has opened up. Katsikas trying to fight that across court. Sanchez Barrera picks it up. They have a man on the corner. Stolen. Simmons stabbed that one. Sanchez Barrera hauls it in. Trouble in the corner. He needs help. Pass across court. Katsikas gets blocked.
These guys are flying around.
Tavion Lawson blocks that one clean. He gets that one tipped, bounces off an official's head. He's a part of the court, so you can't blame that on him. Just got to get out of his way. But again, they'll stop the ball right there. Jackson maintains possession. Lawson having a great first half so far. He's going to get a breath.
Really is. They were letting him shoot the 3, and he said, okay, I'll take it.
Terrell Mosley now back on the court. Corner for 3. That one's no good. Justin Jackson trying to get in on the triple party here. Ponte Vedra looking for some passing outlets. They get it. Westerkamp is at half court. He gives it off. That's Jacob Kozlowski. Sanchez Barrera on the left wing against Simmons. Pulls up. Can't finish the scoring run. Ponte Vedra in trouble right now. Passes off Simmons from downtown. A little strong. Westerkamp with a big rebound. And here's that frenetic pace, Scott, we were talking about. Ponte Vedra is now having to run. Shot from the outside, no good. Rebound, Westerkamp taps that back into second chance points. Backhanded pass there.
It's like Jackson has 8 guys on the court. The ball's passed, 2 guys are on the ball every time.
Sharks are settling down now, kind of getting Jackson to calm it a bit. They're staying in their zone defense. Sanchez Barrera puts up a 3-ball. That one ends the scoring drought. Finally, we have a score on the board for Ponte Vedra, 26-12 right now.
That was a big, much-needed shot for Ponte Vedra.
Timeout called by Ponte Vedra. They're going to take a full timeout, and that's probably more a thank God we scored. Now let's see if we can do that 27 more times.
Right.
Nope, this is pretty much going the way we expected it to go right now. Jackson kind of let Ponte Vedra do their thing, but as soon as they started putting pressure on the defensive side in the backcourt, Tigers have started doing what they do best, and that's forced Ponte Vedra to play from behind.
Right, and they're doing it without Simmons having to do much right now. He's just kind of kind of there. You know, he's still active, but you could tell he's a little injured, a little limping around a little bit. But the rest of the guys are picking up where he's leaving off.
Yeah, he's been noticeably quiet, but he's also walking with a noticeable limp too. So we'll keep an eye on that. I imagine at some point, if this lead extends any further, you'll see him less and less on the court.
No doubt about it.
So on the inbounds, we're back to work. Out of timeout. Good steal. Ponte Vedra on the move. Here he goes. Bam! And the Sharks need that right now. Maddox Palmer with authority. Entertains the home crowd at least. They like dunks around here.
Cuts it to 12.
Simmons back up top. Quick pass out cross court. Into traffic. That one's turned over. Empty possession for Jackson.
Here's what we were talking about Coach Shimwell. He's not too high, not too low.
He's not fazed by any of this right now.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He's like, all right, we turn the ball over. Big deal. Ponte Vedra, very proficient passers. They handle the ball really well, too. Sanchez-Barrera takes that himself, and he finally gets the ring. And that was a hard-earned layup by David Sanchez-Barrera.
Yes, it was.
Cuts the deficit to 10. Simmons is doing some weird things with his passing. I don't know if you've noticed that, Scott.
Yeah.
Backdoor cut. Ooh.
I tell you what, that was a great pass.
Quick and efficient. Oh, and that backdoor cut, boy, Andrew Jackson can slam that shut a lot. They are very good at that.
They are. They really are.
Westerkamp in a bit of trouble. He gets a pass off, same team. Palmer trying to marshal the offense. He dribbles behind his back and then gives it back to Kasikas. He'll play around the horn. Another aggressive dribble drive. Boy, Ponte Vedra not afraid to challenge Andrew Jackson in the paint.
They're getting by guys, but there's another guy waiting for him.
Sanchez-Barrera pulls it up. Good shot.
Old school fadeaway.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. Vintage pull-up jumper there with a backshore fadeaway. Back up to 10. Clock moving here, trying to get a screen set up. 3 guys on that. That's no good. Ponte Vedra gets a rebound. Got to watch that sideline. Sanchez-Barrera matched up. He's a one-on-one with Mosley. He's been giving him fits in the backcourt all night, but it's more antagonism than anything else.
Yeah, no kidding. Mosley's got hands all over him, and they're letting him go.
Westerkamp sets up a bit of a screen. That was dodgy, but he makes through. Got to be careful not to move his feet on that. Kasikas scans the defense. Jackson set up, extending their 3-2 zone. A lot of contact over there, and they finally call it. Yeah, Palmer really kind of drove in there with those big arms, and after a while, enough was enough. Palmer's first.
Coach is not happy with referee Owens right now.
No, he is not. Going to have a conversation about that in a second, but each team with just 1 foul this quarter. Drive to the lane, pulled up, whoops. Trying to get an outlet, finds one. Ponte Vedra playing disciplined defense. Tayshaun Thomas finally gives it up, and then we get a score.
Good finish. Jackson went on a little drought right there, but as they always do, they make runs and then slow down to make runs.
It's how Ponte Vedra is going to react to those situations where they get cold, and that's going to be called a foul. Call the hand check on Tayshaun Thomas. That's his second team foul. 1:01 to go in the half. Sanchez-Barrera now comes cross court.
Westerkamp was wide open on the post up, but they can't find him. Can't get the ball to him.
He's got his hands
up. Got a
up.
mismatch.
Yep, definite size advantage. You could probably float it up there and Palmer's going to drive that out. He finds Westerkamp now. That's the move they were looking for.
Yeah. You got to get it to the big fella down there. He works hard to get open. You got to get it to him.
Cuts it down to 10. Simmons now trying to move around a screen. He dribbles with the left hand. And we're going to get a call. Traveling violation. That turns the ball over back to Ponte Vedra. 24 seconds flat on the game clock right now in the second quarter.
Ponte Vedra probably wants to get the last shot here to keep the ball out of Jackson's hands.
I would too. Close out the half.
If you can get it to 7 or 8 right here going into halftime, it's a win for them.
Waning seconds of the quarter. 3 ball on the outside. No good. Jackson's going to get a chance to close the door here on this half. Oh, lots of contact. Big foul, and Jahari Simmons. Was that Simmons that took the hit? No, it wasn't. There we go. That was David Wilson. Boy, he took a shot.
Yeah, he did. Ponte Vedra took a shot way too early right then to give Jackson a chance to score here at the end of the half. As a coach, that's frustrating because you want a momentum change going into halftime.
Call the foul on Spiess. Going to get that up quick. Last shot of the half. Good!
Exactly what I'm talking about. Ponte Vedra took a shot too soon. Jackson gets a 3 out of it. Instead of a 7-point game, it's a 13-point game going into halftime, and Jackson has the momentum.
So on the scoreboard, it reads 33-20. We're going to go to the half. My goodness gracious, that was pretty much what we expected.
Just in time for the band.
Absolutely. We'll come back after this break right here. We're at the half in Main Street right here on the home of high school basketball. Hoops on SSB.
First Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.
You can hear the sound of my voice right now. It is loud in this gymnasium as the Andrew Jackson Pep Band has kept us entertained throughout the half. Dancers have been out too. 33-20 our score as we get ready to start this third quarter. Scott, it's going to be a good one. And Ponte Vedra's not out of this game by any stretch.
No, not at all. They have to take care of business, make open shots. You know, they got to the rim when they wanted to. They did a good job with that. Jackson just had those flurry of defensive stops and quick shots that built the lead.
I think if you can minimize those types of mistakes in the second half, we'll claw it back in. 13 points at the half seems huge, but got 16 minutes to play. Not a stretch at all. Nobody really in foul trouble for either team right now. Tayshawn Thomas is the only one with 2 fouls. Man, that was something else. Nice and loud in here, that's for sure.
I tell you what, that's a great atmosphere.
Jackson coming on with full court pressure already.
It's all they know how to do. It's in their DNA. A lot of hands.
Yeah, they're kind of giving a little bit on the hand checking. It's not egregious. Rotating around Sanchez Barrera deep. Doesn't like the 3 look. Gets to the Westerkamp. Got the size advantage. Blocked.
That's where they wanted the ball. Westerkamp just couldn't quite finish.
And that was the gentlest squeak I'd ever heard for a whistle.
I almost didn't know if that was a call or not.
Wasn't sure if that was a foul at all. Call a foul on Spies. That's his second first-team foul. Yeah, I just kind of heard it like squeak. I thought that was somebody's shoes. So that sends Terrell Mosley to the line shooting 2. That first one is important. No matter how you slice it, it's that first free throw you make. Important to box out here if he misses this. No, he won't, though.
That's what they can't do right there.
They
just
cannot do that.
Turnover.
Nope.
Jackson didn't even have to work at that one.
That was sheer intimidation, I think.
Yeah,
the
just
pressure in the backcourt was just too much.
Turned and just wanted to get it out of his hands.
Simmons has been bringing the ball up and running the offense mostly. He gives that one to Tayshawn Thomas and scampers off again. Simmons not moving with the greatest of speed.
No, he's not himself by any means.
Thomas will pull that one up off the pass. That's good.
Luckily, they have other people filling in for him.
Definitely what they needed. Again, another tip and stop there. Deep pressure, I mean, almost right on top, right in that zone of where you can be. The separation required at the very minimum to stop that baseline pass. So Jackson doing their very best to put the press. And you look at the alignment on the court right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in the back court, giving Ponte Vedra all sorts of fits. They break the pressure. Now they have a 3-on-2 advantage. Pass to Westerkamp, block. That was an ill-advised pass.
Yeah, and they had guys open, but with all the pressure flying at them, it's just so hard for them to see them.
Acrobatic move there by David Wilson to get that in. Jackson pouring it on right now. Westerkamp trying to look for a passing outlet, trying to get across half court. Sanchez Barrera now pulls up, another great move, but that one was
late call.
Very late.
Ponte Vedra got bailed out there a little bit.
Tavion Lawson gets called for the foul. That's his second first-team foul. David Sanchez Barrera to the line. They need every point they can get when the clock is stopped right now.
They certainly do. First 4 minutes of a second half of a game are so important. It can make or break a team.
He's true from the line a second time. A cavalier pace now for the Jackson Tigers as they set up an offense.
Very unusual, but it's been effective tonight when they've done it.
Nope, Ponte Vedra's not going to be aggressive. That's another 3. Wow. What a stroke. David Wilson again.
Oh, he tried.
There he is. Oh!
Wow,
oh!
He met him at the rim.
The vertical jump on that one. Nice pass. And just like that, Jackson pours it on. Here we go.
I tell you what a change of momentum right there.
Sharks all sorts of out of sorts. Tipped. Brought away. Sanchez Barrera finally gets it. Don't think he did that on purpose, but nonetheless. Wow. Sharks now into the teeth of that Tiger defense. Shot on the outside, Katsikas. He buries it. And a much-needed lift for Ponte Vedra as they're going to take another timeout. And, boy, I tell you what, that's going to come as a premium after a while.
Yeah.
Only taking a 30, but my goodness gracious, Andrew Jackson just poured that on. And how about that block by David Wilson, towering over Westerkamp, who wasn't really extending all that high, but absolutely got it swatted away.
Wilson was not afraid to take a chance to get dunked on there. He went up and got it. And then made a transition play down to the other end. Great pass, great finish by Mosley, I believe it was. And what a change right there.
Hit the springs button on his shoes as he jumps up there. My goodness.
And the band is back.
That's the call of the Tiger Hunt right there. They are ready to move. You know, they always did say that cats had an affinity for fish, right? So I think they're staying with the motif. Wilson. Oh, my goodness. That could have been devastating.
I tell you what. Here it goes.
Oh, no. This one will work. Terrell Mosley says, why not? I'll get one in.
Yeah, we missed the first one. Let's do it again.
Going to get this crowd on the feet if they do it a third time. Westerkamp. Palmer now gets it down. And again with the squeaky whistle, and that's a foul. That foul's on Lawson. That's his third, and Lawson's in foul trouble. So Maddox Palmer goes to the line. He bounces that first one off the front of the rim.
He's got the student section in his ear over there.
Tavion Lawson has to take a seat now, so Carenzis Denard will come in. It's a wild Wednesday here on Main Street. Another miss.
Way short on both of those.
Crowd loves that.
They can't afford to miss free throws right now.
Nice pass, backdoor. Carenzis Denard puts it in.
Jackson's getting anything they want right now.
It's their game to lose at this point, and they're not giving it up. Sanchez Barrera tips out away. Katsikas hauls it in. He's in a double team. Palmer now trying to find a way around this Tiger defense.
Jackson seems to get a hand on everything.
It's crazy how they do that, too. Palmer to Westerkamp from the elbow. He gives it up, tries to roll around, can't get a screen set. Palmer now with the left hand, has it swatted away, turnover Tigers. Here we go again. Simmons gives it up, nice move, smart move. And we'll get a foul called, and boy, I tell you what, that was an unselfish play by Jahari Simmons. He had a freebie there.
I tell you, he's a fantastic player, don't get me wrong, but he at times is a little too unselfish.
He's got a mountain of assists right now. I'll pull up his statistics in a second here as we get Terrell Mosley to the line to shoot two. But I'm telling you, yeah, Jahari Simmons has really kind of dished up the ball too. On the season, he's got listed 83 times that he's unselfishly passed the ball up. So he is definitely one to spread it around, and is still the leading scorer on the Jackson squad.
Right. He's a great, great basketball player. He's one of the best guards in the city, in my opinion.
So I thought they might have called the foul on Spieth. It actually, on the scoreboard, it looks like they called that on Westerkamp.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Looking at the scoreboard here for the adjustment. 2 team fouls apiece here in this third quarter. Ponte Vedra stuck in that pressure again. Okay.
10-second call.
That's the third time I've seen that in a week.
You know what? It's again, Ponte Vedra has 2 guards back here passing the ball. Everyone else has run away from the ball. They got to get some help.
They're all the way deep at the wings, like their offense is set up, and they're not doing anything to help the full court offense. They just got to understand that Jackson's not going to give them a half court opportunity.
No, not at all.
Carenzis Denard getting some time in. There's Simmons. Boom!
It was a matter of time.
Sprouted late in this game, but he's there. He's got a great stroke from downtown. Almost trouble there. Ponte Vedra, and they do lose it. Wilson, they have a man advantage. Ponte Vedra strips that away. Loose ball, hauled in. Wilson, pump fake, drives to the lane. Nice move. Oh, can't get that one to drop. Denard swatted it away, and now we have a timeout. We have an injured player on the floor there, and I can't see who that is.
Yeah, I can't either.
Corey Battle looks like he's going to check in relief here off the bench. But, yeah, we definitely have a player down. Training staff looking to him at the moment. Looks like they're tending to a foot. Maybe he rolled an ankle there. I did not see who that was on the court. They got
checking his knee right now.
Got 6 guys on the court at the moment, so we'll find out who the injured player is.
Might be Mosley. I think it is Mosley.
Yeah, it is. It's Mosley. Yeah, they look like they're checking the stability of his right knee right now, and it looks like he's okay. He will hop to his feet and walk off with minimal assistance, and that's good to see because, yeah, he came down hard and then just did not get back up. Walking a little gingerly there, but doesn't look like he's in any obvious pain. So he'll just take a break and probably needs to have him sit anyway with the lead extending. Sharks back into that wild pressure. Finally gets it across the court. Host of new Sharks players. Kasikas thought about it. Good hold up. Sanchez Barrera on the outside. What a throw from that right wing. Sanchez Barrera's got an excellent shot when he squares up. Simmons tries the left side, pulls up, and doesn't fall in. Katsikas will grab a board there. He'll try to keep it away from the Tigers. Good passing. 3-ball for Ponte Vedra. Ooh. That's Noah Simmons who just got in the scorebook with a beautiful 3-pointer.
Trying to make a little run here.
Narrow that gap, but Carenzis Denard bounces it off the glass, and they're going to get a foul called there.
Great pass right there. Just couldn't finish.
Call that foul on Kozlowski. That's his third team foul of the quarter. So Denard will go to the line shooting 2. A little strong on that first one. 52-31 our score. My goodness, Andrew Jackson has applied the accelerator and not looked back in this third quarter.
They certainly have. Tell you what, last night was a turnover fest. This one is a little less in that category. But
yes.
You know, Jackson still causing a lot of turnovers, but we've seen worse.
Yes, Denard couldn't get either of those two, so empty possession for the Jackson Tigers there. Full house pressure again, the order of the night. Simmons drives to the lane, dishes it off, and it'll stay down low with Ponte Vedra. Kick it out. Simmons back up top. He's with Katsikas. Palmer cutting across. Sanchez Barrera on the right wing. They rotate around. Tight defense. Sanchez Barrera drives to the lane, pulls away. Boy, I tell you what, he can make that fadeaway look easy.
Yeah, he's been a bright spot for Ponte Vedra tonight. Mosley comes back out of the locker room for Jackson. Hopefully he's okay.
Simmons. Ooh, and that was a nasty move, and that's a nasty bucket. Call a foul on Katsikas. That's his second, 4th team foul.
Simmons, they have to worry about Simmons so much. Everybody does when he has the ball. Other guys get open, and he finds them.
Tyler Krug checks in for Katsikas now. He's in a little bit of foul trouble.
Tyler Krug, freshman for Ponte Vedra, gets a lot of playing time. Just had a birthday this week. Happy birthday, TK. Can't finish the and one.
Jaden Williams can't complete the three-point play for the Tigers. Maddox Palmer, had that moving, but had it stabbed from behind him. 21 points is the lead right now. This game was at 13 at the half and doable. It has gone all sorts of awry for Ponte Vedra. Palmer trying to find a way to cut through. He gets a shot blocked. Another block by the Tigers. Here comes Denard. Bam! Now they're just doing it for fun.
Yeah, Ponte Vedra is trying to force too much. They're out of sorts.
Here we go again. Just a gentle layup that time by Wilson.
It's one of those runs again that we talked about.
Also,
Jackson just causes chaos, gets
they
easy
sure do.
buckets.
Man, just on and on and on and on. We have not reached the 35-point threshold. That's going to be a foul. A little aggressive there. We have not reached the 35-point threshold to run the clock yet, so call a foul on Wilson. That's his second, third-team foul. Wilson will take a break, and they'll let Justin Jackson come in for a minute here. 39.1 seconds on the clock officially. I think that's the first time I've heard Byron Shemwell raise his voice all night.
Right.
Thought about a long-distance three. Westerkamp. They're extending the defense out.
Jackson has a great student section over there tonight, giving Ponte Vedra an earful.
Sharks are still playing hard despite the deficit. Palmer. No.
That was a late call.
Another one. Going to call the foul on Corenzis Denard. That's his second, fourth team foul. 9.5 seconds on the clock. Maddox Palmer to the line, shooting two. Some more substitutions coming in for Ponte Vedra. Palmer with a quick wardrobe adjustment there, and we're back to business. First one's in. Home crowd trying to give Palmer some fits here. Second one's no good. Last little seconds here of this third quarter. Jackson will try to close it out with some entertainment. And Simmons is going to get called. No, they're going to call a foul. I thought he might have traveled on that one.
Yeah, that was questionable.
That's the 15th foul.
I think Simmons has some blood on his shirt he's got to get taken care of before he shoots these free throws.
So they're going to call the foul on Chase Cowan. That's his first. Simmons will come back after a quick check there. And since he was fouled, that is the bonus. There's 0.7 seconds on the clock officially here. We're going to whistle everybody back in. Simmons is good to go now. Jackson content to just let this quarter run out. They're not going to have anybody in the lanes. Simmons uncharacteristically misses the first one. Gets that second one, and that'll do it for the third quarter. The long throw goes nowhere. 59-34, our score at the end of 3.
Stretched it out to 25 during the third quarter.
We'll take a quick break. We'll come back for more hoops on SSB fourth quarter of action right after this. Fourth quarter of play here. Final 8 minutes. Let's see what Ponte Vedra has in the basket as they try to cut into this lead. It's all Andrew Jackson in this half. Denard, whoops, I think we might have got a travel violation. We did. He took a step too many there.
Jackson is not going to let off the gas here. They're going to keep it going.
No,
it's Jackson basketball.
I don't see Byron Shemwell doing anything of the sort right now. He's signaled his team. They are continuing to play basketball no matter how big the deficit gets. And they turn the ball over there. And that's exactly what they were after. And I like that attitude that he has. You know, sure, the deficit's big, but at any point, it could get ugly for Jackson. Ponte Vedra could creep right back because this Jackson team can get streaky.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
But right now in firm control. On the outside, floater, that's good. Justin Jackson lets that one sail in. And finally, the Ponte Vedra offense can breathe because they've pulled off the full court press. But boy, they have made them earn all 34 points they've scored.
No kidding. They haven't got many easy shots.
Sanchez Barrera over to Casikas. They'll play back and forth, looking for that three-pointer. Westerkamp trying to fight down the low post. And call a foul on the floor here.
That's one of the few times they've been able to get it into the post.
Call a foul on Carenzis Denard. That's his first. I'm sorry, that's his third. First team foul. Denard in a little bit of foul trouble. Westerkamp finally finds his way into the lane, and that's not been there all night for them.
No, it's been very difficult to get that shot off.
Nice pass. Denard finishes that one easily, and that's what Ponte Vedra's been trying to do all night.
That was so easy.
Effortless play by the Jackson Tigers. Katsikas on the outside. Spins that one just off, tipped, and out of bounds. They'll go over to Jackson. Rolls that one out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on Sanchez Barrera. That's his second. First team foul this quarter for Ponte Vedra. Simmons has played the entire game. There's a three ball. And he's played with what we thought was a noticeable limp, but it doesn't seem to have affected him this entire game. The team has collapsed around him.
He's definitely well under his average for the season, but other guys from Jackson have picked it up, and that's what Westerkamp can do. We've only seen him shoot 1-3 tonight.
My goodness, I mean, that was just a walk in the park for him. Like it was Tuesday, and he did that all night. Jackson drawn to the hole. Good backdoor pass. Wow, that was instinctive. That definitely made the highlight reel, that's for sure. What a swift pass. Westerkamp, here he goes again. Another three. And now they're going to have to rely on that at this point. But do they have enough time on the clock to do it?
I'm surprised it took him that long. I said it at the beginning. He's a stretch four. It's what he does.
It's a late adjustment by the Sharks at this point. They're going to double team Simmons. He's going to hurl that out there for good measure. 3 ball, and there's an answer. So Jaden Williams says, I see that, and I'll raise you another one. Ooh, good crossover move by Sanchez Pereira. Bury this 3, man. Oh, no. I really wanted him to do that because what a great crossover dribble that was. What a sick move. He deserved to score, just couldn't do it. Jackson now back on the attack. Mosley still out with an injury. We'll see if we can get a status on him after the game.
Looked like he went back to the table to check in at one time, and Coach Shimwell told him to get back to the bench.
At this point, it's probably not worth it. And we got a timeout called. Coach Shimwell wants to maintain possession.
Yeah, it looks like Mosley has his knee iced up. He's done for the night.
Yep. So, and hopefully that's not a serious injury. Hopefully it's something that he'll be able to come back from pretty easily, but didn't walk off in obvious pain. Probably just fell on it wrong. You know, there was a little contact down on that end of the floor when he got hit. So 4:31 to go in the ball game, 68-42 from a raucous Tiger Den here tonight at Andrew Jackson. Happy you joined us tonight. I don't think I'll have Steve with me on Friday, but boy, I wish I did, because there's going to be one heck of a game at Oakleaf High School on Friday night. The grudge match between the Golden Eagles and the Knights, Friday evening live on SSB. It's going to be a big game in Clay. The Palace is going to be raucous Friday evening. Get ready for that game. We have an interview with Coach Jason Price in advance of that game. And talk about coaches that are cool as the other side of the pillow. Coach Jason Price is definitely another one of those level-headed coaches in the area that just doesn't get fazed by much.
Been around a long time at Oakleaf since the school opened, so he's probably has the longest tenure in the area of high school coaches, I would think.
15 years.
Yeah.
This is team 15 for him. Dribble drive to the lane there, can't get the roll. Westerkamp piles over that, and they turn it over to Fleming Island, going the other way. We will have a discussion. Rod Owens is advocating that it should have gone the other way, and that's exactly what he saw, so they agree. Turns it over to Jackson.
2 out of the 3 officials.
And now we have another conference.
See if they change it again.
Kind of a what did you see, what did you see? And they go back to Ponte Vedra.
Back to Ponte Vedra.
Back and forth we go. We had a little bit of that last night, didn't we? There's been some fun with the officials, though.
Yes.
Jackson has backed off the pressure. Don't need to at this point. Ponte Vedra's got so far to go. He really wanted to take that 3 to Westerkamp. Palmer will take it. That shoots short. Simmons hauls that in. Transition basketball. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, that was almost a dunk, and it didn't go well, but would have looked pretty.
Like they got in each other's way right there.
That was pretty, however, but they're just going to get too much contact to call a foul.
Maddox Palmer needs to take a deep breath right here, knock these down. He's been short on 3 of his last 4.
Justin Jackson's first foul, second team foul. Maddox Palmer back to the line. He's been busy from the free throw stripe tonight. Been pretty efficient. Got to give Ponte Vedra credit. Against an insurmountable odds here, they are playing hard, playing all the way to the end of the game. Kind of a testament to their grit. And again, they are not out of a postseason berth by any stretch of the imagination. They've played a pretty decent schedule themselves.
No, they played a good schedule. They'll be just fine going into the postseason.
A lot of tournament experience for PV, too. They've been busy on the tournament circuit. Call a foul on Sanchez Barrera. That's his third team foul. Going to let Tavion Lawson take a seat for the night. Turned over. Oh!
Ryan Spees thought he had a clear layup there, but not when you're playing Jackson.
He said, "Not in my house, sir." But the putback is good.
Yeah, Palmer was there to clean it up.
Palmer heads up on that one. He'll get a three-point play, but yeah, that was one of those, "Excuse me, sir, we don't do that here."
Right.
Crowd getting into it now. Oh, well, he's not distracted by that in the slightest. Maddox Palmer's been ice cold from the free throw line in terms of his nerve. Jackson now taking advantage of no shot clock. They got 3 minutes to go. Pass broken up. Too strong there. Put back over his head. Westerkamp cleans it up and he gets fouled.
Time is running out for Ponte Vedra.
James Middleton will commit the foul for Jackson. That's their third team foul. Tigers resume some of their full court pressure just to stay in it. Westerkamp on the outside. 3.
3 for 3.
Unconscious from the free throw line or 3-point line. 68-50 though. We can get him to do that about 6-7 more times. We might have an interesting game here, but it's going to take some turnovers. Blocked. Westerkamp got a hand on that one. His first poke away at a ball for a while. Simmons will back up. That one's just going to fall off to the sidelines, and Coach Shemwell's got a snarl on his face. That's the first bit of emotion he showed tonight. Not impressed with that pass.
Simmons had a guy in the corner, but he took off, and Simmons didn't realize he left.
2:15 and counting here in this final period. Palmer gets a backdoor pass, gets it on the return, and no good. Jackson will take it.
A lot of contact, no call.
Letting them play at this point. Simmons passes between two Ponte Vedra defenders and doesn't win the game of pinball. Palmer's on his own. Dunk. Just for good measure at this point, and we have a timeout called by Ponte Vedra. Maddox Palmer doing everything he can right now to keep the Sharks in this game, down 16.
Coach Shimwell's mad right now. One of his players called timeout. Coach Shimwell says, "I don't want it."
I thought Ponte Vedra called that timeout.
No. Coach Shimwell, one of his players called timeout. He said, "I don't want it," and sent him back out on the court.
Oh, no. What are you thinking? And it's a full timeout, so they got to sit there for 60 seconds. And
I'm Ponte Vedra. I would have sat there and took full advantage of that whole timeout.
I think I would have as well, just catch my breath. But they, nonetheless, just don't use all of the time. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, Coach Shemwell, that'll probably result in some laps there, my friend.
Yeah.
Ooh, foul called. No, the travel. I thought they might have gotten a contact there, but turns the ball over.
Coach Shimwell has a lot of guys resting right now.
The reserves are in at this point just to get them those quality minutes. That's going to pay dividends as postseason play looms. Westerkamp was wide open, but not anymore. That was Jacoby Allen. Stole that one blind. Ponte Vedra now gets the handle on the loose ball. They'll slow up a little bit. Katsikas from way downtown. That's no good. Oh, no call on the contact. That would look like a big collision. Sanchez Barrera will dish it off to Westerkamp, who puts it in and gets fouled.
Cuts it to 14. Very deceptive, though. Still feels like it's so far out of hand, you know? Coach Schimwell said, hey, I gave you guys a chance to do a little something here, and you didn't do it, so we're going to put some guys back in the game.
And officially that was the 15th foul, so Ponte Vedra is in the bonus. We'll see how much of that has an impact on the final score. Ponte Vedra can edge close. In the meantime, Westerkamp will try to complete a three-point play here. The clock is stopped with 1:07. This is Westerkamp's first trip to the free throw line tonight. No good. They'll rebound. Jackson will continue to run the clock. Under a minute to play. Carenzis Denard pulls up one powerful, and he'll get fouled to go to the line. Foul is on Sanchez Barrera. That's his fourth team foul.
A lot of teams in Jackson's shoes right now would slow the game down, make a few passes. That's not in their DNA. They're just going to keep going at it.
They're going to play strong no matter what happens. Denard gets a charitable roll on that one. Interesting to note that this Jackson team, on the average for the season, only scores 60 a game. They've blown the doors off of that tonight. Looks like they're probably going to put 70 on the board, and they do.
They do, yeah.
Ponte Vedra will do what they can with the final 50. Turn that ball over back to Ponte Vedra. The rest of the officiating crew in the bleachers disagrees. Ball recovered there. Well, that was going to be a deep three attempt. I'm not sure if that was advisable. Palmer still on the court. He's driving hard. Spin move, pull up jumper, fade away, no good. Clock at 30 seconds now. Ponte Vedra in desperation mode, trying to get every last point they can with the time that's remaining, but Jackson's just going to finish this one for their 18th win of the season.
Up 18th win.
Palmer with some nice ball handling, but
that'll do it.
He's just exhausted at this point. Nothing they can do. Simmons with the layup. Maddox Palmer has played his butt off tonight, but it is not enough. And the Andrew Jackson Tigers have once again shown their dominance in North Florida. 74-54, a convincing 20-point victory for the Tigers. Ponte Vedra falls to 11-7 in a valiant effort, and I'm telling you, when David plays Goliath, sometimes it's definitely not David's night.
You're exactly right. Jackson just had too much. It's a 20-point win, but truly, Jackson went to the bench. Ponte Vedra made a little run there. It's not even as close as the score looks.
No, so that's going to put this one in the books for Wednesday night. And I tell you what, this was a really good appetizer, Scott, for what's going to happen on Friday night between Oakleaf and Fleming Island. You want to see two teams duke it out. That's going to be another good game to watch. It's been the second game tonight of our three-game set of some really big games in North Florida. And with that being said, we're ready to close it out. Thanks, Scott, for two good games.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
We're going to have you back for the rest of the season at some point when your schedule allows, but we will see you on Friday the 24th when we go to watch St. John's Country Day. So we're looking forward to senior night there. And your son, Cam.
Yes, sir.
Great to meet your lovely wife tonight.
Yes,
it was great to see the family. Absolutely. We're going to see if we can maybe get Coach Schimwell. We're going to have to kind of run around a bit of humanity here, and I don't have my extra set of legs tonight to go run down and get him, so we're going to see if we can try to get a hold of him. See if we can get Scott to go maybe help us with that. Courtney's on the ball here, but nonetheless, again, reminder, Friday night, tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. at the Palace of Oakleaf, Fleming Island, and those same Oakleaf Knights in a grudge match. Remember, that last game was a double overtime finish for the Golden Eagles. Jackson right now in the middle of some post-game interviews at the moment. We'll see if we can get our turn in just a second here.
Check. We good?
Yep, you are live, sir. All right. Get that set away here. And want to appreciate and send some thanks to Athletic Director John Sanchez, who was working his tail off to try to help get us set up tonight. We really appreciate what he did. very enthusiastic here at Andrew Jackson, and we are happy to come out and support them. And and while I've got Courtney sitting next to me on the mic, hey, the internet gods were good with us tonight, my friend. We get you over there on too, but the internet gods were good to us tonight for once.
Indeed, and I'm just happy that we're able to come back and give the Andrew Jackson fans something, because I know they really look forward to that first game. So here we are, we're back, and guess what? We will be back.
Yes, and these guys, they're going to be a playoff team.
Oh yeah,
I'm
looking forward to it.
Yes.
Looking so forward to it, because we did anticipate that this game tonight would be a tough game for them.
Yeah.
They dispelled that pretty early.
Yeah, that it started out, Ponte Vedra was playing slow and low, trying to force Jackson into that lull, and they did what they did best and pushed them deep, front court pressure, got them to run with it, and the next thing you know, it was just see you later, 20 points, and we're in the books. Here comes head coach Byron Shemwell. We're going to see if we can get Scott to help us out with that one. And just
Coach Shemwell, great win tonight. Tell me, first of all, what'd you put in preparation in Ponte Vedra? You coached there for a while.
Yeah.
You know those kids. You know what they do. Tell me a little bit about your game plan.
The game plan for us is always go out there and do what we do. So that's first and foremost. And then we try to take you out of your stuff and make you uncomfortable, make you do some things that you don't really want to do. And we just stick to that.
Right. I saw it. We noticed Jahari had a little limp early on. Is he okay?
Yeah, he good. He just took a knee. He's all good.
Got it. And Mosley, how about him?
He good too. He bumped the knee too. So
gotcha.
We'll be fine. A little rest. We got a couple days. Got FS2 to get ready for.
Yeah, that's right. So playoff atmosphere, great student body. You're doing your thing over here on Main Street. What do you look forward to in the playoffs?
Just to continue to keep rolling. Try to get to Lakeland, and then we'll see what happens when we get there.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Scott. Thank you, Coach Shemwell. We appreciate their time here. And with that being said, we're going to close the book on yet another trip out to Hoops on SSB. Again, Friday night, huge game. We hope to see you all there. In the meantime, for producer Courtney Wallace, Scott Cooper sitting in with us tonight on the broadcast, and our friends here at Andrew Jackson, what a night. 74-54, your final score. We'll see you Friday night live right here on SSB for more hoops. What a night. So long, everyone.
Baptist Church of Orange Park was founded in 1921. Suffice to say, much has changed in Orange Park, Clay County, and the world since then. Though much has changed in the world, our mission remains the same. We are a church intent on fulfilling that mission and are strategically engaged in our community through partnerships with local schools, sports teams, veterans organizations, and more. We are a family equipping church. We invite you to check us out at firstfam.org or join us in person at 1140 Kingsley Avenue, Orange Park, Florida.
Sunshine State Broadcasting, your community broadcaster. Subscribe, like, share, and comment on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X.